What's good, people? I know I ain't posted a video in a while, but it's Ash Greasy back at it again. And today's topic, I'm gonna try to keep it short and brief because we all got stuff we got to do. I'm gonna talk about investing in yourself, okay? And what I mean by that, right? So let's get into it. So a lot of people, I talk to people on a daily basis, right? And we have conversations, we talk about, what's going on with our lives and stuff like that, and building and growing and all that good stuff. So the thing from this past week, the subject that got brought up was the treadmill. And what is the treadmill? So like the treadmill is just, everybody from what I've been hearing is, and I've been educating myself, is the treadmill is just every week you get up, you do the same thing. The Monday through Friday you work at a job. It's not bad. It's not horrible. It's not horrible, but it's not the best job that you can have. You make enough money, but it's not enough money for you to have freedom on your terms and do the things that you want to do. So then you just go to work, and then you hope that you can get through the fucking week so that you can make it to the weekend. If you have one of these jobs where you don't work weekends, if you have to work weekends, it's different, but it's shifted, but it's still typically the same thing. You go to work for your schedule, you do what you got to do, and then you get off, and you just like, thank God I got off, and then you know. You do what you want on your days off, and then it's back at it again. So it's like the treadmill. So how do you escape the treadmill? So you have to make a decision. First, you got to recognize that you're in a treadmill situation. If you don't think that you're in a treadmill situation, then it's probably not going to bother you. If it bothers you, like that shit like that used to bother me. If it bothers you, then you have to recognize that you're in a situation, and that you have to formulate some sort of plan to escape that situation. And it's not necessarily, you don't even got to really formulate a plan. You just have to know what you want and then make a decision. And once you make that decision, then you just have to act on it. All right. So that's the treadmill. Okay. So once you get out of the treadmill, okay, you got to realize, like, how can you sustain yourself? How can you survive, right? So what you got to do is you have to learn to invest in yourself, okay? Whatever that may be. You could either start a business, or you could become a contract worker. All right. So what I mean by contract worker, that's an independent worker. Like some jobs have people who are not hourly or salary. They come in, they do a job, they get paid off of their performance of certain certain job functions, and then they leave. You know what I'm saying? They don't get no insurance. They don't get none of the benefits of being an employee. Okay. So the perks of that is you get to come in on your own time, so on your own terms, and you just basically it's all about the dough. All right. So there's nothing wrong with that. But the downside is some jobs are only they're very short term. So you may be in a situation where you're constantly looking for work, or if you're fortunate enough, you could. Some people have long-term contract jobs, where they're just contract workers, and they work over a long period of time, years, as a contract worker. And they come into work and they get the bag, and then they dip. You know what I mean? They do what they got to do. They got their accountant to handle their taxes and all that good stuff, and they live life on their terms. They've got the flexibility on their terms. They don't have to. When you are a W-2 employee, it's set up for you so that you have to be there on certain days of the week, and you have to basically, like, the job controls you. Okay. So some people don't know that, but if now you know, I just told you, all right? And if you don't believe me, go educate yourself on it, all right? So like I said, or you can start your own business. And when you start your own business, the thing about that is, when you invest in the business, when you first start off, you're going to lose money. Why? Because you're going to need tools, you're going to need materials. You might even need a place to rent a location. And it just depends on the dynamics of your situation. You might not even need all that, because we live in the 21st century. People have online stores where they don't even have to leave their home to make money. All right, but you might lose some money at the onset, because you're investing in the tools and materials and whatever other things that you need to get the business going and stuff like that. If that's one strategy you want to do. Another strategy, again, like I said in my old videos, is you could be creative, and you find out who needs what you have to offer, and then you give them a price. You know what I'm saying? Or you find out what it's worth to them, and then you go do it. All right. So it's just like that. But again, you have to invest in yourself. So investing means taking the money that you get and putting it into yourself. Okay. And what I mean by that is maybe you know, you're a barber, right? You're a barber, but there's different levels of barbers. You see what I'm saying? There's some barbers who can do certain hairstyles. They can cut different ethnic backgrounds, okay? And then there's only barbers who cut certain type of people. They only cut one type of person's hair. You see what I'm saying? And a specialized barber who might be able to do, who have many skills in his trade, he might be able to charge more, okay? It's just the dynamics of the situation. He's just better than you, and there's nothing wrong with that. You could be better too, but you got to invest in yourself, okay? If you have a business and you want to be successful in your business, you got to realize that if you're in a certain industry and anybody is doing better than you, it's because they're doing something that you're not doing, okay? So you have to figure out what you're not doing and then build upon that. You don't have to do it exactly like them, but you have to get your own strategy and you have to apply that strategy, and then you have to measure that strategy and see what worked and what didn't, where you won and where you failed, and where you need to regroup and move forward. All right. So again, I just wanted to make this a short video. Invest in yourself, man, because it's the best thing you could do. We got all the you go to work so that you have the means to make money, so that you can consume and sustain yourself. Okay. But if you complaining about you not making enough to do the things that you want to do, right? Then you have to formulate a plan, or you just have to make certain decisions in order to get you to where you gotta go. All right, or where you want to go. Okay. So again, for anybody who's interested in contract workers, just look it up, man. Go look up. Go to IRS.com. Go get you a EIN number, and then anytime, and then you know what I mean. Go look for contract work the same way you would look for a regular job. It's the same deal. Only difference is you got more freedom. But then again, it's like you got to be a wild animal. You got to go out here and you got to hunt for your work. Okay. You know what I mean? It's easy. It's easy to go to work every day, and it's easy to be it's easy to not try, yo. It's easy to not try. It's easy to not try. All right. But it's hard to go out here and get what you want, because everything that you want, everything that you had up to this point, you had to fight for. And don't forget it. You come into this world. Me and my brother was talking. Shout out to Rube Mac. We was talking about, the things, just life in certain circumstances. You come into this world with nothing, naked, and your knowledge is at zero. And then you learn, right? And everything that you learn to do, or that you know how to do, is because you put the time and effort in to do that, okay? So just because you might have stopped school, or you might have graduated from school, or where that doesn't mean that you stop learning. You learn until the day that you die, all right? Well, you should, all right? I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. That's up to you. But yeah, man. Again, if you want to break free of the treadmill, break free of the treadmill, man. Ain't nobody holding you back but you. So go out here and go get it, man. So if you interested in becoming a contract worker, like I said, go look it up online. Go look up what means you might have to do to protect yourself, depending on what industry you're involved in. And make sure you stay hungry out here and look for work, because there's a lot of different things you could do to make money, you know what I'm saying? Besides somebody sitting here telling you what to do all the time when you're an adult and you know how to function, all right? So whether you're on a it doesn't matter how old you are, but for my young people out here trying to get it, who looking for a way out, your way out. You know what I'm saying? So stay hungry, go find that work. You know what I'm saying? If you got a business, go start that business. You know what I'm saying? Every time you get a check, take some money and put a portion of it towards, you know what I'm saying, something that's going to give you the freedom to live the way that you want to live. So I'm going to leave you with that. It's Ash Greasy. Keep hustling, keep grinding, keep striving, keep growing. You know what I mean? And fuck with your boy, man. Peace.